Hello everyone. This video is an overview of the resources for week 4. So we will go down to week 4, overview and resources, which is where you are right now in watching this video. So this week we're talking about sampling and sampling distributions, looking at confidence intervals, and then data collection of quantitative data. First of all, Monday night, we've got the ethics mini session. Pastor Jordan from the Fusion Church here in Mitchell is going to be leading that. I'm really excited for it. He talked a lot about how ethics can be individualized for a situation. So I think that'll be an interesting point of view for this class. Next, we're going to be reading through the business statistics book, chapters 7 and 8. Chapter 7 is the one that looks at sampling and sampling methods and different types of sampling, how you get bias out of sampling, all those types of things. And chapter 8 is all about confidence intervals and what a 90% confidence interval means. If you've got the research book, it's looking at chapters 8 and 9. Again, that's looking at quantitative data analysis. And I've got some other resources for you here. I'll just have them open up and then we will look at them. All right, so this first one comes from the USC libraries. Just looking at what is quantitative methods. What does that mean? Last week's research method or research resources were more along the lines of qualitative data and those methods. So what does it mean to have quantitative data in those methods? Goes through the characteristics, and how the basic design looks for quantitative study. And the methodology, how you go about collecting your data, make sure you look at that. And looking at what are the strengths, and then what are the limitations as well for quantitative data. So that's that first, the first resource. The next one comes from just a free online surveys.com, and they talk about quantitative data collection. And again, there's that quantitative research. What is it? What's the difference? Why would you choose one? And then this one actually goes into how you collect it. Looking at the experiment, surveys, polls, what are the types of quantitative data, and again, strengths and weaknesses, just something to kind of compare. We've got the chapters from the Lumen textbooks, looking at quantitative methods and the steps for doing research. Again, this kind of gives you a nice little chart on how to look at that. And then kind of looking a little bit more at each one of those individually. And then there's another one that compares quantitative and qualitative for the ending. Then lastly, we've got this one. I think that's the best. Yeah, the conjointly. Yes. This one goes in and looks at the differences at the bottom, I believe, between secondary data collections. I guess, sorry, secondary's right there, and I must have just missed it. Primary up here with doing your own research with surveys, looking at the advantages and disadvantages of surveys and interviews. That's when you collect it yourself as primary. And then secondary data collection, what are the advantages and disadvantages to that? Other things, watching the Excel videos, there's not as many this week, but there will be a few other videos to help you understand confidence intervals and how to find that and use Excel to find that. You do have discussion questions and your case study discussion, and then your week 4 homework and your project assignment. So if I go back to week 4, we've got your ethics discussion. The discussion forum for this week is going to be that ethics discussion, actually talking about what did you take away from the ethics session. Remember, it is being recorded, so if you do not, or if you're unable to make it Monday night at 7, you're going to be able to just come back and watch it. And then this will be a group discussion. I believe I already have it marked as a group discussion this week. Yes, it is. It is now a group discussion, so we don't have to worry too much about having the whole group in there. I apologize that I had that not checked last week. And then finally, you've got your homework, which is worth 20 points, not 4. It's just not quite done yet. And your applied assignment for week 4. So your applied assignment for week 4. If you've not already gotten all of your data collected, I want to see it all. But then what you're going to do is you've got 20 or more elements. So somehow from that 20, I want you to decide on a sampling method. It could be random, it could be specific. How are you going to do it? Explain that, and then select 12. So tell me the sampling method you use. That would be number 3. So step 2 is picking your 12. Step 3 is describing those 12. And then you're going to calculate the mean, median, mode, and standard deviation for the 3 variables using those 12 samples. Use the 3 variables that you used for week 3 because that'll help you with the comparison, so you don't have to redo it. So then what I want you to do is compare the mean, median, mode, and standard deviation from your sample with the population that you did last week. And then tell me, comment on that. Are they different? Are they the same? Go into that a little bit. And then develop a 90, 95, and 99% confidence interval for the mean of your data for each of those 3 variables. And again, I will be making videos to show you how to do that, how to create the 95, 90, and 90, 95, and 99% confidence intervals. So that's what's expected for week 4. Please let me know if you have any questions, and I look forward to seeing your work this week.